Here's a crazy thought for you. What if I told you that one of the most successful investors of the entire last century wasn't some Wall Street genius, but a regular janitor? No, I'm serious. It's a true story, and it completely flips everything we think we know about money on its head. And it all starts with this one single number. $8 million. Just let that sink in for a second. When you see a number like that, what's the first thing that pops into your head? A tech founder, right? Maybe a hedge fund manager? A top surgeon? That's where our minds go. You figure a fortune that big has to be the result of some high-powered, high-income career. It just has to be. You're probably picturing someone who just lives and breathes the market. You know, someone glued to a dozen screens, making these incredibly complex trades, playing the high-stakes game we see in the movies. It's the only logical assumption, but it's also completely wrong.
The truth is, this $8 million fortune was quietly, patiently built by a man who spent his entire career as a janitor. Which of course leads to the big question, how on earth did he manage to beat the so-called experts at their own game?
So, let's dive in and try to uncover this secret. How did an ordinary job with, let's be honest, a modest income lead to a result that most high-powered professionals can only dream of? Okay, before we go any further, let's just clear a few things up. This wasn't some lucky lottery ticket. Nope, it wasn't one miracle stock pick that went to the moon. And from everything we know, he wasn't some secret, undiscovered math genius with a hidden algorithm. The real answer is actually way simpler, and frankly, a lot more profound. You see, the whole key to his success was realizing that he wasn't playing the same game as everybody else. There's the game Wall Street plays, and then there was the janitor's game. And believe me, they could not be more different. And this right here shows the incredible difference perfectly. On one side, you've got Wall Street's game. It's all about complexity, constant trading, and this frantic obsession with trying to time the market's every little move. The janitor's game? It was the exact opposite. Simplicity, a deliberate strategy of inactivity. He focused not on timing the market, but on time in the market. And this brings us right to the heart of his strategy. It wasn't about financial modeling or having some kind of insider knowledge. It was a single soft skill, a behavioral trait that turned out to be the most powerful financial tool of all. So, what was it? What was the one thing he did that let him build a multi-million-dollar fortune on a janitor's salary? His secret was patience. But listen, we're not just talking about sitting around and waiting. This is patience as an active investment strategy. It is the discipline to buy good, solid investments and then do the absolute hardest thing in finance. Nothing. It's about fighting that urge to panic when the market drops and avoiding the greed when it soars. It is a skill of pure emotional control. But how does this seemingly passive approach, doing nothing, create such massive wealth? Well, it's all about the hidden mechanics at play, the unstoppable force that patience unlocks over time. This chart right here. This is the magic of compounding. Look at the first 10 years. The growth is pretty modest. It's slow, but patience keeps you in the game. Then, by year 20, things are looking pretty significant. But the real explosion, the part that creates true wealth, happens in those later decades. That's when your money starts making serious money all by itself. And that, right there, is the ultimate reward for doing nothing. And here's the crucial thing to understand. The biggest risk to your long-term wealth, it isn't a market crash, it's you. It's that natural human impulse to sell in a panic and to buy in a frenzy. Our janitor won simply because he was a master at conquering that impulse. So all of this builds to the final, and I think the most important takeaway. The story of the $8 million janitor isn't just some fun, quirky anecdote. It's actually a powerful lesson for every single one of us. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Your behavior, your ability to just stay calm and patient for decades is a far greater asset than a fancy degree, a complicated spreadsheet, or even a huge salary. Your temperament can literally trump your intellect. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. When you really look at your own financial life, are you playing the short game? Are you trying to sprint for quick gains? Or are you playing the long game, the marathon, where patience is your superpower? The answer might just be worth millions.